as Singaporeans, we are world famous for hacking it. Why haven't we,
adopted that culture?
Go to the SEA Games at Cambodia now, and then just stay behind and clean your trash and see what happens. Like, we do anything to get views, really. Why haven't we? Why haven't we?
Is Japan overrated? This is your daily Ketchup. This episode is brought to you by the National Environment Agency of Singapore. So, revenge travelling is back, and by that I mean revenge travelling to Japan. Because every single person on my Instagram is on Japan.
Yes,
Japan, sorry. Anyway, I recently went to Japan for the first time. And I was so excited because everyone keep posting about it, right? But
was it what you expected?
Japan is so overrated. Japan to me is
you're gonna kena. But I'll go ahead.
No, I think a lot of people agree with you.
Thank you. Japan to me is a clean China.
Ooh, interesting take. I've never been to Japan actually. Because to me, right, as I look at all the IG stories, I get them jealous because I also want to go to Japan. But all the IG stories is just people queuing non-stop for things.
Exactly. As in, to me, it feels like it's been overly like romanticized. Like people say that you go there, it's a slow pace of life. The roads got no sound. Then after that, it's as in, it just feels like everything is more
tranquil.
Yeah.
That's true. I feel like because you watch those animes, then you really see it there. Then those like the anime artists damn serious about like drawing the landscape, like where the lamppost is. Then you see it, like, hey, the distance apart, like correct,
No, the first time I went to Japan, it blew my mind because the crow looked like the crow in the anime.
Oh.
The colours of the water and the scenery all look like in the anime.
Oh.
So it's not that they exaggerated anything. It's that it just doesn't look like anything I've seen before,
So as you can tell, John Paul is a Japan lover. And then you're not?
Sure.
I thought you were so.
I'll go with it.
That's the persona.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Japan?
Denise.
So what you don't like about Japan?
As in, I don't get the hype. It's not that I don't like, it's that it was overhyped for me, I feel. Because a lot of people keep saying this is their favourite country they've been to.
Is it you don't eat raw fish?
Oh, I don't eat raw fish.
That usually is it.
That changes things.
So unpopular take, right?
Oh no.
You all think, right, the entire like Japanese F&B industry, right? You know how you see those chefs, you go omakase, right? Then like in Singapore, and then they say this person trained in China or in Japan for like 15 years or like 30 years. Then they come here, then it's a raw fish that they never cook. Then they slice it, they put on the rice. Do you think you need 15 years to learn how to cut fish? I mean, okay, there's a lot of other things, right? Like puffer fish, all that, okay, you never do properly, you pass away, right? But how often you eat? I've never had puffer fish. Been to many Japanese restaurants, right? Never ever ordered the puffer fish or don't know, never see it on the menu. So you see them just kind of do it, then they use the rice very hot lah. You try and do it at home, it really is very difficult, rice will be hot. But that's about it. Then they
I think you'll be even more cancelled than me for this.
Like then the pepper, they won't put a bit of pepper or salt on it. They cannot just use a normal shaker where you just fuck. They use some bamboo thing with one little plug. You pull out the plug, then you drop like an uncontrolled amount because it's such a big hole. It's a big.
It's massive.
Yeah. And then they just like tap the fella. Then you just feel like 15 years. Nice lah, nice lah. But 15 years. Okay, I want all of y'all. Okay, everybody in the room, right? Okay, y'all imagine the most expensive plate, like the final dish they give you. In the words of Ryan, the creme de la creme, pièce de résistance, right? Coup de grace, right? I tell you what's on it, okay? And it's all in your heads already. There's uni, there's ikura, there's goose liver. What do you call that?
Foie
gras. Then they torture a bit. Then maybe they put caviar. Then they put a gold leaf, right? And of which, right, only the foie gras is cooked and the rice lah. If there's rice, then there's a raw egg.
Maybe we need to vlog
your... You also don't want to cook, You know what I mean? It take me 15 years to come out with this shit. Cannot be,
We should vlog your journey on becoming a Japanese chef. Maybe it only takes 6 months and then we see how it goes.
The business closed down immediately. That's how it goes.
No, wait, I'm not saying it's not nice. It's nice. I feel like countless Japanese people have risked and lost their lives in trying to figure out what can we eat raw.
Yeah.
Okay, kudos to that. I feel like we are paying for that. I feel like if 30% of that revenue goes to their families. They gotta figure out the little sea urchin and see can eat or not, Then you try every bite, you try the spikes, you try the shell, then you're like, okay, let's try this brainy looking thing.
Why are you trying to get cancer?
Yeah.
It's just, I've been thinking about this for the longest time.
Okay, how about you say what's the best part about your Japan trip? So it was quite interesting because he travelled by tour, I think, for the first time.
Oh yeah, you pay for your parents also, right?
I did. So,
Them men.
I don't hate tour groups now. It's not bad. I know I complained on my IG story first few days. So we accidentally because of circumstance, go Japan on a travel group, right? And I tell you the biggest superpower of it is the bus. Like, okay lah, they plan what to go, they plan your food, they plan your cuisine. I mean, great. Like you miss the liberties of being able to do that yourself. I'll be honest. Like you want to stay this place a bit longer, but bus gonna go. But the bus, the fact that everywhere you go to, you go back up the bus, you see your ass down, you sleep.
Yeah.
Then you just wait. Then there's somewhere that you want, you take out your piece. Then the tour guide is just telling you stories about that place. And like he seems to know a lot about our country. Then like, so he's just telling us about our country. But I like, I like listening to people praise my country. Then yeah, it's just like, and that bus, it's like, then you shop. Like last time when I was young, I thought I found a hack in Japan, which is the lockers, right, at the train stations, which are so life-changing because at first you don't want to pay, because you save a lot of money, then you have a finite amount of money there. Then you don't want to pay for lockers.
You just leave in the bus.
Yeah, but you just you buy a lot of shit, then you just keep putting on the bus.
No, but the thing is that because you want to go to multiple places where the tour goes, right, you don't have to keep bringing down all your shopping, you just leave it there.
Like the sian part is, you gotta meet everybody at like, have breakfast at 8, then we meet downstairs at 9. Then you feel like, I'm on holiday, why am I following working hours?
Yeah.
But when you go up the bus, you sleep. Yeah, you reach there at 9:45. Then you just take a leisurely stroll down. Like, hey, everything works lah. So one of the things that my tour guide mentioned, right, which I thought was really interesting, and he set it up, right, he said, it doesn't matter who you see on the road, whether they are wearing whole body LV or they're wearing suit or they carry an Hermes bag or no bag inside their pocket. You reach your hand in, right, you will find trash or a plastic bag. And then he proceeds to pull out 4 plastic bags from his pocket and all that shit. He said because
around his plastic bag.
Because he told guy, so he will have to bring, he might, like if we never bring.
Right.
Yeah, and like when we were there, when we got up the bus, one of the first few things they did after taking our attendance is giving everybody a plastic bag to keep your trash.
Right.
And I found that to be like quite interesting, you know what I mean? And I never actually noticed until he told me, I wish he didn't tell me, that there's
I noticed without someone telling me.
There's no dustbin on, because I got a bus, you see. So I don't find myself holding the thing a lot, I'm always like attraction to attraction, and attraction to attraction all got bin.
Yeah.
It's on the street where I'm commuting, right? There actually is just no dustbin and everybody just put their trash inside their pocket.
This explains so much because like every major sporting event, right, the Japanese always get praised because they clean up after themselves. They clean up after the other
You think they know it? They have a good chat, then they be like, hey guys,
yeah.
who want to get on the news?
Maybe they had internal like tourism campaign, right? Hey guys, every single citizen, we need to clean up after everything.
And as Singaporeans, we are world famous for hacking it. Why haven't we,
adopted that culture?
Go to the SEA Games at Cambodia now, and then just stay behind and clean your trash and see what happens. Like, we do anything to get views, really. Why haven't we? Why haven't we tried being a good human being?
But do you know the actual reason why they don't have a trash bin? I mean, why they have so few trash bins?
I didn't even know they didn't have trash bins, but why?
Good question. So,
You know
Yeah.
There's a reason, man.
stop right there, especially if you're about to take a plastic bag. Like, share and subscribe. Share what you've learned with your uncle, amma, father, mother, and your akongs. Woohoo! Back to the episode. Yeah, it's because of a terrorist attack. Okay, no, it's not terrorist. It's domestic terrorism.
Like people put bombs in there.
It was like the doomsday cult, right? And then there were like gas attacks. So they put like poison stuff inside the trash cans.
Wow, that really ruined it for people.
Shit.
So then they removed it. Or they minimized it. I think it's about the same as why our MRT stations like hard to find trash cans.
But silver linings though, like the culture,
The culture really
it
changed.
had, yeah.
Yeah, the fact that you can. Like, I feel like many young people of this generation that's jet setting now, right? And like travelers, they have never seen the world where last time when you go airport to travel, right? The whole airport process, especially in Singapore, right, is a 20-minute. You just walk in, you put your everything in this magical scanner, then you just go. Before 9/11 where you have to do 3-4 security checks now before you get onto the plane and 3-4 on the way out. The only thing that jams you up is the immigration if they still insist on chopping you in certain countries.
Right.
Yeah.
The first time I went to Japan, right, I also got that culture shock when I noticed something. So every time you go to like a restaurant or a 7-Eleven or anything like that, right, there will be a rack for you to just like, there are umbrellas there. And You all see before?
Free?
Just
just
outside, yeah. So I went into
not.
I went into like a Lawson or something, right? Then I came out, then it started pouring.
Somebody else
So I was like, no, so I was like, hey, they have this umbrella, all the transparent umbrella, we can just take one. Then me and my friends check each other, then we like, should we can? Then we take, then we walk off.
No, maybe-
Then 3 days later, then we realized somebody told us that, oh, actually this is, you go in, you put, then you come out, you take.
Because everyone just happens to have the same transparent umbrella.
This is the kind of guy, he walk into your house, right? Then he go past your neighbor's house, then he go like, hey, got free shoes.
Culture shock.
I see.
Shock them with my own culture.
But something else that I didn't know about Japan was that they also charge for plastic bags. So like in Singapore, quite a few like retail shops already charge for it, right? And then in July, our supermarkets are also going to start charging. So like in Japan, their convenience stores, 7-Eleven, Lawson and all those, they all charge like for plastic bags. I think it's like 5 cents. And in Singapore, they're also going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Haven't they done it?
Not in supermarkets. And it's per bag.
Right.
Well, I thought some places already started.
But it's not just for plastic carrier bags. It's like paper bags or these like disposable bags in general, they will charge.
Okay, so right now there's already some stores that already charge you for it. In those situations, if I have a bag with me, I would already not get a bag. And then if I need a bag, I'll just pay for it. I think, yeah, it's okay lah.
I'm not okay. As in, I feel like I'm one of those that want to complain because I for sure forget to bring the bag and then I have to pay.
Do you think 5 cents is too much for you?
No, not 5 cents. What do you mean?
What's your number? What's the hypothetical number before
Yeah.
you walk back to your car? Because you have it,
yeah.
It's in your car. It's in my car. So
Yeah.
I think like if like $2 per bag, I will go back to my car.
50 cents, you won't go back to your car.
150 so okay.
Because I'm imagining I go to the supermarket, I don't buy that many things.
Yeah.
So I think if it caps at like I pay extra 150 for bags,
Cost 3 bags
I
lah.
can tahan.
Okay. Like I think for me, right, I'm not gonna walk back. I'm just gonna try and carry everything to my car.
No
Like
bags, bold move.
No, but do you buy eggs at that?
Yeah, then you have to do multiple trips.
No. No one does multiple trips.
So
No,
right, what if
buddy.
we designed a hoodie that had like a pouch?
Hey, I've seen this guy, right? Basically, it's a TikTok of he rides a scooter, right, and he has multiple hooks
It's staged.
around him.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you see, hear me out.
It's always the same
But
guy.
pouches, guys.
Pouches.
That's right. When you design a hoodie, but Singapore so hot. How about hear me out? Backpack.
What? Then we just go back to how just bring a
Okay. Yeah. We want to design a whole new thing
singlet.
that's not suitable to the weather.
Wait a minute, a backpack is a reusable bag.
It is.
How about like you know those like MacGyver kind of belt, and then I
Utility
just
belt.
have like random carabiners like you mentioned.
Yes.
Then you can just hang like some foldable reusable bags.
I feel like we're nearly there already. Just
Okay, let's
cargo
go.
pants with
5 more
bigger
minutes.
pockets.
Then the raw meat, you pulling raw meat out of the...
I love cargo pants more than ever. And then you just want to add on. It's just patches of Velcro. You just patch another pocket.
But
patch
what if
another
it's not
pocket.
fashionable anymore? Like
We-
give it like
we-
3 months, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like they just want to charge you so that they can have a conversation with you. Do you need a bag is chargeable? They make you kind of think about it.
No, but I think they already do, right? Like, don't they ask you, do you need a bag? Like, the first time I moved to Singapore, it was the first time I heard the word carrier. And then they were like, hey, do you need a
Yeah.
carrier? And I was like, you can help me carry to the
No,
bus.
you say yes, then somebody will come out. So,
So yeah, I thought they were used to us. But yeah, I guess it helps to make that
In
like, a bit more
Singapore-
formalized.
Yeah, in Singapore, retail already does it, right?
you know it's symbolic because in their self-checkout counter, right, it's just did you take a paper bag? Then you just own self down there, yes, no. Then the bags, all the bags of all sizes are right behind you.
And it's the
Oh,
same
it's not
price.
they hand it to you, meh?
No.
No.
It's
You
the
self-checkout.
I know, like for example, IKEA.
Nice.
Also, they got a different size bags that you can go and choose one, right?
It's
Then you
actually
have to
IKEA.
purchase it if you want to have a bag.
Yeah, so which is why like I think John mentioned like we also started carrying around like Deanna's mom started carrying around reusable bag.
Foldable. The
Yeah,
foldable
foldable
ones?
one. Yeah. So she got like 2. Then it's like whenever we go to all the shops, then she just take out and use.
Yeah, I feel like it's a.
But one was a trash bag lah.
I feel like this is very much symbolic, and if you to really make it work, right, you gotta charge me like $2.
Oh,
Wait,
Australia
make it work
charges
as in so you
$2.
bring your own lah.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea, right?
Yes.
So you bring your own instead of... Okay.
But then again, the problem is that then for low income individuals, then they.
But you see the
handicap
way the IKEA bags have branded themselves, right? Like the bag itself is like, wow.
It's a fashion
like
item.
I want to have it. No,
Yeah.
not as fashion, it's the durability.
Oh, yes.
And
yes,
they
yes,
fold
it's
until
true.
so
Like
small.
people actually steal it.
No, they were way ahead of their time. Like they implemented it like in like the late 90s already. I remember seeing this bag and it's been the same blue bag. And it's so good. I remember moving like my stuff from one place to another, right? I put the heaviest thing, it just holds. It's
So
actually
maybe
really good.
it's a matter of making like the greatest NTUC bag or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's only $1. So the next time you go, you'll be like, I don't need another one. I already have one.
So one of the problems with that is that, you know, when Singapore companies first started on this whole sustainability agenda, important, right? And what became a very good corporate gift, right, is that we make tote bags. We give you all tote bags so you all can use it for your groceries. Then I can stick my logo at the side, right? Which is okay, everybody wins. But the problem is that it costs much more resources to make the tote bag.
Right.
So, but if you reuse the tote bag, you can more than break even these resources.
But chances are everyone has about 5 tote bags at home.
The problem is you go to one event and go back with two, 3 tote bags per time.
So I was wondering, right, like, does this thing actually work? Because like 5 cents still counts as quite little. If I only need 2 plastic bags, that's just 10 cents, I'll just pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I think earlier I mentioned that Japan...
But there's also a segment of society where this 10 cents is over budget.
Yeah.
So I was reading like this article about the Japan plastic bag charge also, right? And then turns out it's very useful. So right, if you didn't know, Japan is actually the world's 2nd largest consumer of single-use plastic products per capita.
Right.
So
Yeah, I would think so actually.
yeah, so like the mandatory charge was like introduced 3 years ago in July 2020, and it applies to all shops, all retail shops.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the ratio of shoppers who decline plastic bags at these stores rose to 72%
From?
from 30% previously before the charge was introduced.
Oh, wow. So more than doubled.
Yeah, it worked. That's why I'm shocked. And then
No, I feel like a simple conversation of the lady just asking, do you need a bag, right? Cut down plastic bag usage by half.
Because those people who are on the fence about needing a bag would then say no.
Yeah.
And then if you really need it, you just say
Just right now, we just stand there, we wait. You order one Coke, the guy's already begging it.
yeah.
But now he needs to ask you, you want to pay or not? And the money is not like I won't come back. Like, wow, you all want to kill us? Charge us for plastic bag also must charge. So it won't be like that. I won't get offended until that poor service staff need to deal with my attitude. But at least we ignite that conversation of, do you need a bag? They're like, you don't need.
Hopefully by the 5th time that you've been asked, you remember to bring your own by then. I think the hope is that people don't get used to the question being asked and saying yes to it. And the hope is that people end up bringing their own reusable bags, because it could really go either way.
so the article also does talk about like the momentum of change. Now that the Japanese are rejecting the plastic bags, but what they didn't account for is COVID, which has caused a spike in delivery and therefore like e-commerce packaging. Therefore, they said like it's still important that like they write on this like mindset shift that like people are changing to use reusable bags, right? To like implement more change like towards sustainability. And like I think it's the same thing for Singapore also.
Even Malaysia, like certain shopping malls used to implement like no plastic bag days or like even charges on plastic bags. Like 5 years ago, like way early on already, right? And it's gotten to a point where people don't even think about the charge. When I go to Malaysia and visit friends and family, they already just have foldable bags like ready to go, and they don't even,
it's like that in Malaysia already,
at least for the KL and like the Penang
you all bring
areas,
reusable bags already.
Yeah, like my family always has multiple in the cars, or like if I hang out with my friends, like they have in the bags because we're gonna go shopping. Okay, bring out the reusable bag, and it's like just part of culture. No one even thinks because you have to pay for like plastic bag. It's just this is it. You know,
So we are late.
Yeah, we are.
That's why I'm very proud to mention that.
But then you don't.
Yeah, I don't. It's taking a while.
So I have like a Reddit thread of like people's reactions to these like charge, right? I mean, most people are upset because a lot of people, they go like on weekends and then after they buy the entire week's worth of groceries. So you actually are using multiple bags. Then like say if you get eggs, maybe they double bag that kind, then you might end up paying say like $1 or $2 for plastic bags in general. And people are saying that, they should charge more. If not, it's just like profit making. For example, Aussie, like you all mentioned, is charging $2. And then this person said that like that really made him more conscious about using the bags because I have to
They
pay
actually
$2
charge
per bag.
$2 per bag. Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
In Australia. No, the worst part is that I think they made an effort to make the plastic bags a little bit nicer for the $2, but really it's just standard plastic bag. Like when I was staying there, also, it was damn expensive already.
I would like to revise my $2. I think 60 cents would hurt.
No, so it's funny because if you scroll down the Reddit threads, right, majority of it are like complaining lah. But the funny part is, so based on like a NEA survey that was done 2 years ago, September 2021, more than 70% of respondents felt that a mandatory charge would reduce the usage of disposable bags.
Confirm.
Then they implement, then people not happy.
No, because yes, this will work, but do we want it? No. The follow-up question is important.
One of the more important things that people were highlighting is how this would impact lower income families. So one of the reasons why NEA also keeps the prices low, according to this infographic as well, is that to moderate the cost to low-income families, because a lot of them use it to like line their bins or like bag their trash at home. And then if I am charging like say $1 or $2, right, or just even 60 cents for a single plastic bag, they have to end up maybe going to spend extra money buying rubbish bags also.
Yeah.
It's not great for them, lor.
Yeah.
So that is one of the reasons. And not that it's just profit making for the supermarkets or whatever. And in fact, the proceeds that these supermarkets collect, they have to like do like a report so that everybody can see like how many plastic bags they sell, how much money they make from it, and where they are spending this money.
Right. So
on.
they're gonna tell them to
Yeah, they
help
have to like
nature,
publish.
right?
Yeah, so like the proceeds, like I mean, it's strongly encouraged for them to go and give to charitable causes, for example, sustainability programs, or like
Plant trees,
to go back to help these like lower income families. Yeah, support them. So it's actually quite thought through.
Is this going to be implemented in all supermarkets in Singapore?
So like in Singapore, like from July 3rd onwards, major supermarkets, like physical ones, will be charging 5 cents per carrier bag. So disposable bags, like, be it like paper bag or what, plastic bag.
Okay.
Are Singaporeans upset
Confirm.
about the 5 cent thing?
Why bring back?
Actually, thinking now whether he will.
My
I go every
mom brings her own bag on it. Like from years ago already.
Yeah.
And she cannot walk properly. The fella will bring her own bag.
But I feel like as a nation, we also don't
Mongering.
we don't take bags very liberally. Well, like, if I will follow anybody or friend or colleague to 7-Eleven and buy drink, and whenever you buy one bottle and they say, do you need a bag? Most people say no. I've never seen anyone say yes to a bag.
Never seen.
to like a couple of bottles and stuff. from
No, but you know
7-Eleven.
what I have seen, which I don't know whether they charge for it, it's like the fruit section. My grandma like to bring extra home. The fruit section, they
Oh,
got
you
the-
pull one yourself. You know, I love
extra home for what?
Wow.
I don't know lah,
Same lah,
line the
tapau
beans or
tapau
what
food.
lah.
That's true. You never know. You never know when you need it.
We are living in a very slim like patch of
Moment in
time,
time.
right? Of your where we can still do things symbolically. You know, like if we make plastic bags really expensive, then we affect the lives of many low-income people.
Yep.
But are we trying to get people to use less plastic bag? Yes. If that is the only objective, then it won't be 5 cents already. It's gonna be $1, $2, $3 already. But the whole point of like right now, if we do it 5 cents, is to really make you ask yourself, do you really need a bag?
Do you think it will motivate you more if they give you discount for bringing your own bags? Instead of charging...
You see, Starbucks
Instead of
give
a
you
disincentive.
free upsize if you bring your own cup.
What?
Right? Or 50 cents off at least.
No. It's a
Can someone
discount.
verify that?
It's a discount. It's a discount when you bring your own
I
cup.
own the Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
I still don't. It's a problem lah.
Ned has like 5 Starbucks cups, but every time we go there, we forget to bring it. It's standard. Yeah, it's damn
And I
hard.
feel like, okay, for some people, it's going to be a lot more challenging. Like, if you have to take public transport, and then if you are... I think with Singapore, our commute times are really short, and our weather doesn't really change. So...
Oh, this week's weather though.
You're crazy though. Or the fact that a lot of the places are sheltered.
Yeah.
So like when a lot of the guys go, which is something you don't see in Japan, everyone is bringing a bag out, you know, in Japan. But in Singapore, we don't. We just like at least for me, I just walk out with my 2 pocket and whatever can fit in my pocket and let's go already. That doesn't allow me to put one packet of tissue inside, put one umbrella inside, and then put a reusable bag inside, which I think is a problem.
Yep.
But then in Singapore, there's also a lot of people that drive, where you literally bring one giant trunk around and we still don't bloody bring our own bag. Why?
I bring it just stops in my car and then I forget. Then it's like the supermarket is on level 4.
Yeah, I do have it. I
Then
do have it in my bag.
My car is at
I have
basement
bags in
3.
my car also. Yeah.
No, so what if there was a bin at the supermarket? So every time you go, right, if say you really forget, right, there is this bin that you can take the bags from. But
Like a
Sorry,
dollar.
reusable or disposable?
reusable. So whenever you go, you bring your own bags. But in the event that you forget, right, you can take from this bin. Then you bring it back.
No,
You gotta pay.
How many people you think will bring it
Did,
back?
did you return the Lawson umbrella?
What umbrella?
You gotta pay. You gotta rent.
Clumsy bags are reusable.
Oh yeah, we just made reusable bags. So that you can use so you put 2 bottles, right? You can use it as a wine bottle.
So how much extra I need to pay to get the bag with the bottle?
Free of charge.
Really?
Yeah. You
No,
get
so,
it
okay,
every
it's
bottle.
free.
As manufacturer now, right? Are reusable bags more expensive than plastic bags?
Yes, but we see it as a marketing gimmick because when people know that we're giving these bags, and it's true because when we have sold the bottle, like we've been to events, right, and we sold bottles with the bag, we suddenly have people going, oh my god, what's that? How do I get this bag? Or to buy this bag, you buy a bottle. Oh my god, sure.
But it's because your design is
not
cute.
gimmick lah.
It's because the design is cute. If your design has no design, then I will not just get a random.
Which is why all these malls need to do. Sorry, I keep saying malls, but I mean like supermarkets need to do. It's similar to IKEA. Just make your bags fashionable because there's really some fashionable ones out there. Like I've seen the Little Farm, so I don't know who has it, right? But it's a damn nice like wheat straw kind of bag, and it looks like the Marc Jacob tote bag. You know, it just says the tote bag by Marc Jacob, but cheaper. And it's actually a reusable
They should totally make a giant bag for Giant.
Totally.
No, like a giant bag.
Oh.
People bring it, like a Santa Claus bag, you know what I mean?
Like the kind that I put on my shoulder, but then it's dragging on the floor.
Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Giant. Then cold storage, right? Their bags, right, can keep like cold.
It's
items.
ice bag.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I don't know about you guys, but when I go to the supermarket and I'm going to buy like ice cream, and if I still have it on hand, I will bring like those, you know, those cold bags.
Yeah.
Those insulating
You know,
ones.
which I have also in my car.
Yeah. So then if you're already used to buying like bringing an ice bag when you buy ice cream, then it's just having a smaller, lighter bag for all your other groceries.
Wait, is the cold bag not the same as the hot bag? It's just inside got the aluminium one.
Actually, I think it's
the
similar.
inside of the delivery rider bag, that kind of
Yeah.
the foil.
that kind of padding. It should be able to keep stuff warm, no? It's like a thermos. You can keep cold stuff cold and warm stuff warm. But anyway, like the usual like recyclable bags also are thick enough that if you do buy food from the supermarket. So like going back to the Australia example, right? I know a lot of people are saying in the Reddit thread, we need the bags for liners. But in Australia, actually, when I think about it, when I used to live there, a lot of people actually don't use liners because all the recyclable items like glass or plastics or whatever, they all wash it first. So you put it in a cardboard box, all the plastic that you're going to throw is clean already to begin with.
Then
So
what about the dirty trash?
like what?
Like wet
Like say I need to
trash.
throw away like the parts of the vegetable that I'm not going to use. Or
Yeah,
like
so-
the meat or
but
whatever.
that's like minimized to like a smaller plastic bag as opposed to you need one big one for everything that,
Yeah.
that you're throwing away. So I
I
realized
feel like 50% of my trash is packaging
so just plastic in plastic.
and air.
So
Just like my
packaging is the
potato
problem.
chips. It is. Some people complain, like they say they keep charging the consumers, but let's do something about items that are packaged in plastic first.
Yeah.
Which Japan? No, but their packaging is insane. It takes a while to get to whatever the heck you bought.
Oh,
It takes a while,
It's
right?
a Russian doll.
example? I can't
Tokyo banana.
imagine. Oh, true.
In a paper bag, you open, it's wrapped up in wrapping
individually
paper. You
wrapped.
open, then there's a plastic. Then you open, then inside there's a box. Then you open, then there's a plastic tray.
Flip off the paper thing.
And then you open, there's only 8 Tokyo banana. No, but you see, this is the cost that is borne by the manufacturer, in which they actually have to pay for the shipping to get it to our shores. So, to a certain extent, you cannot say, let's get like people that want to sell these products over here to remove their packaging or like to minimize their packaging.
Plus, they have all these, like, a lot of them create goods to go to multiple markets, and if the other markets don't have the same implementations, then they're creating products that are specifically packaging like just for Singapore. It doesn't make sense
Yeah.
for them. And then you end up paying more because they have to pay more to produce this good just for Singapore.
Or you stop Singaporean product manufacturers from exporting and competing overseas. Why you're smiling?
I don't know where am I. Is it the takeaway is make the plastic bag ugly?
No. But if
No, it's the packaging from at the
Then
supermarket.
people don't want to take the plastic bag.
Yeah. No, but if say for example, like the Singapore government say anybody who wants to sell products here cannot use plastic in their packaging, then it becomes very difficult because now they don't have economies of scale to then sell the same good that they're selling to you that they are doing in Malaysia, Indonesia, Australia, Japan. They have to go and make a specific product for you that uses paper, and that's going to cost them more because
Yeah.
they're only producing a small batch for just Singapore.
So,
Over time, it'll be okay lah.
baskets. I don't know why I'm innovating. It's already done. But I'm still trying to innovate.
Don't hear me on fingers.
Let me just take the basket. Why am I transferring everything from my basket into a bag just to bring it back home so I can take it off the plastic bags? What if I just took the basket back?
Then I will have to keep producing baskets that are also made out of plastic.
No, but you
Because
just
you
bring it back.
won't return. You have to rent it.
It's tech.
He just wants to take home
For free. Hey, boy. Boy. I feel like if you want to do reusable bags, I'll rent you for $1. If basket, I think
Wait, do you want to save it?
$8.
It's like why you don't return the trolley?
I do. Why don't you? Let's return the trolley.
No,
I'm going out of my way to
taking things
return
home.
other people's trolley also.
Stop Somebody stole my trolley on Sunday. It was my $1 coin from 2014 that my mother said was my lucky coin.
His house is filled with umbrellas, trolleys, and baskets.
No, why do we return trolleys? Why don't we just apply the same technology to your basket?
So
take the f***ing trolley but bring it back.
No, you will never
Come
bring
on,
it
guys.
back. You see the tray return, right? They have to pay people $1 to return the tray.
Exactly, so it's the same idea.
And
Then
people
you
still didn't
eliminate
do
the
it.
use of plastic bags completely.
You know, wait, on that note though, Singaporeans are really returning their tray. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm really proud of this effort, you know? I was like, no, this is not happening in Singapore.
So let's take it to the supermarkets.
Honestly, it's just that period of time where you have to pay for it, right? 5 years now, right? 5 years from now, we won't even think about it. It'll be so ingrained in us, right? The tray returns, the plastic bags, right? That'll be all be fine.
I think the
that's the
secret
key.
is just shame, honestly. Like if somebody takes a plastic bag, 3 people need to run out and be like, hey,
This is what Storm was made for.
Shame people. Shame people.
I'm for the shame. Like it's like when you never clear your tray, you stand out, you want to leave, right? The table all around you turn and like,
Yeah.
they never clear the tray.
But is there a culture that we want though? I don't
what
mind.
happened to us or as a people? I feel like
You rather be nice or have a earth.
I remember there was one year, I think in National Day rally or whatnot, or like PM Lee's birthday or some shit, and then he wrote down some note that his wish for Singapore is that we have this thirst of dissatisfaction that will never be satisfied, you know? But what he's trying to say is that let's never rest on our laurels. But no, I feel like he called it, we just complain everything. I feel like
No, it's because he never
jinxed
specified.
himself.
He never specified.
What did we do before plastic bags came along?
Yeah, that's good. How do you throw your trash?
There are actually quite a few good suggestions that I found. So
Ooh.
Not basket.
Wrap it
They're
in
not
a
basket.
leaf.
No, so one is that I was very surprised by is bread packaging. Because we like to use bread. We like to eat bread, right? Then the bread plastic can be used to pack your trash.
So small, but okay.
I'm calling it, but
the
bread is going to be
gardenia
cancelled
one
next.
is so big.
Oh yeah, that's true. I haven't bought bread in so long.
Not
Last
the,
time,
Don't.
It's good.
Bread is not good for you. The bread that we consume today is bad.
the Hokkaido milk
White
bread
bread.
though.
Overly produced, processed.
Okay, anyway, if you
Sugars.
don't want to use that, you can use the e-commerce packaging. Because now everybody order online everything, right? Then that gigantic like black color sticky bag that it comes in.
Or the brown
Right.
paper bag that you,
Idea for you.
idea.
And then snacks packaging for those of you who like to snack like myself. The Lay's bag is huge.
It's just not easy to tie up, you know. So like, how do you tie out a lace bag?
Do you
Rubber
need to
band.
tie it up, though?
You need, if not when you throw it
Yeah,
down
you throw
your
the
rubbish chute, then all the curry is flying everywhere. I see that you have
Oh
zero
no,
social
this guy-
responsibility.
Interesting.
Took some stuff for free and throws down stuff.
Then he wondering
Are
why
you
the
the guy
trash
that
is
keep
smelly.
pouring coffee into our trash bags and
Oh,
I finished my coffee. No, but okay, honestly, right, back to, was it ever serious? Okay, but I'm also on the same page because I was thinking about it. Every week I go to the supermarket at least once. But when I grab all the plastic bags and I bring it back, right, then I'm counting it like maybe I have like 6 bags, right? I know I'm going to use it as the trash bag and all these other things already. That's why to me, I don't see it as a problem. Even if I have to pay the extra, 30 cents?
yeah, there's utility for this bag. It's not going to go wasted.
Yeah.
The 5 cents. Yeah, same also. I think the other thing for me is that because I do a lot of sports, I do need somewhere to put like my sweaty clothes. And so to me it's also worth it to pay the 5 cents because I need abundance of these like plastic bags.
That's why, like, back to
how
your
much
point
they're
about
not worth it
eating.
then?
I think 50 cents per bag.
Like what would you do? What would you all do differently?
50 cents per bag and then he still just thinks of the...
Because if we look at this like in cost and impact, right? Like our landfill is piling up, right? So what then would you suggest? And it's not like by doing this or our landfill suddenly got a lot more space. It won't be lah. But we are step one getting Singaporeans more conscious about the waste that we generate.
Yeah.
Which is one step in many. There's also up the supply chain that everybody needs to like slowly, but that one might tinker with free market like stuff, right? So as consumers first,
Yeah.
what would you all do differently to get Singaporeans to use less?
I'm actually thinking, right, and then as you're asking a question, I realize I need to go one step back, because if I think about all the trash I'm throwing, and again, I use these bags for rubbish, majority of my trash is actually just packaging, right? So it's containers for delivery. So actually, all I really need to be doing is ordering less or reducing my packaging usage and going out to Tapao using a reusable container. Instantly, right, if I do that every day, I reduce my trash by like 98%.
Huh?
All my trash is just food deliveries. And so then if I'm doing that, then I don't need the plastic bags.
But you think you really change it, man?
No lah. But I know that that's the step that I need to take, you know, if we're talking about next steps.
Yeah, so I think like on the note of food deliveries, right? When they deliver food, there's also plastic bags. So technically, I don't need to buy the plastic bag from the supermarket in order to have plastic bags to use at home.
It's like one source of that.
Yeah, correct.
That's true.
So you can also use that. And also to be socially responsible, so you don't just throw your wet food down the rubbish chute. Bag your trash, guys.
Seal it down or
Guy.
Okay, so we've come to the end of the episode. Once again, thank you to our partners for today's episode, the National Environment Agency of Singapore.
Yay.
We hope that today's conversation has given you more insight into the implementation of the disposable carrier bag charge in Singapore and how you can play your part. For more information, visit this link, which we will also put down in our description, go.gov.sg/DCBC. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Harmonize
bye.
with me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice. The bass is very important.
Like in Japan, I really got a trash bag in my pocket.
Wow.
And then like the hoodie, you know the front where you warm your hands? Trash. All trash. Every time I walk around, I'm talking to it, I'm just playing with my trash. I just like
Like here.
rubbing the
Sounds
plastic
wrong,
around.
but
Yeah.
Eee.